What's poppin', y'all? I made this video right after the last one that I did about DDG because I didn't want to forget, and I said I would make a video about this. But this one is about Wendy Ortiz, who is a really new coming streamer who is already a superstar. And we're talking like over 25,000 subs, averaging well over 25,000 viewers. I'll put up just like a screen capture of her growth in terms of her channel performance over time, her followers over time, and her hours watched. And if you look at the dates on those, that's just from really mainly since January. She streamed maybe once a year ago, and her average stream, she's gaining 10,000 followers. She's getting like 70,000 hours watched, and it's only a couple of hours. Like, she's streamed 80 of the last 500 days, so she's a relative newcomer. And what she streamed most was Streamer University, of course, and then IRL and Just Chatting. But she's recently gotten into it, and you can check all that out in the previous video that I did about her and DDG and their communities. But she was primarily a TikTok star. She would talk about her relationships. She would just like regular girl content. She also had her own YouTube channel, but then she ended up linking up with DDG, who, for lack of a better word, put her onto streaming, put her on the game, and made her a millionaire, a multimillionaire. Like, he really bestowed blessings upon her. And he tried to like maintain a good relationship with her, but she ended up falling victim to her audience's control. Really, they call it audience capture nowadays, or audience hijacking. I prefer to call it hijacking. And she seems to be burning some bridges. But the reason why I say she's the most important streamer of this year, maybe in the past couple of years, is because she's been able to do something that the majority of female streamers before her have not, which is bring a female audience to live streaming and live streaming on Twitch. Now, there have been very many popular female streamers. Like, you take a look at, you probably think a Pokimane, right? Or you probably think an Amaranth, or you probably think a Valkyrie, right? Like, an Amaranth is obviously one of the more explicit streamers, you could say. Like, streamers, female streamers that are doing, we're going to nix or get rid of any female streamer that is doing content that is sexually suggestive, that is driving, it's a majority male audience that they're doing, like hot tub streams, all of that stuff, like a Corinna Koff. Those, they're getting removed from, well, Corinna Koff didn't really, regardless, any OF type of funnel, they're getting removed. Now, it doesn't matter because they didn't have a female audience anyway. That's why they went to this platform. So with Twitch, that left the other chicks, and these chicks, they didn't really have a female audience. Very, very few. Maybe like during Minecraft Among Us, some of those girl streamers have a bit of a girl audience, but the majority of their audience is male, like overwhelming. And the majority of Twitch is male. Now, I don't blame any of these other chicks, like for example, a Valkyrie or a Pokimane, because at one point, pre-2016, 17, live streaming was a gaming thing. It wasn't an IRL thing. It was always a gaming thing. You would get banned if you streamed IRL on Twitch prior to maybe 2017 when they added the category. You would get banned. It was against the rules. And now it's like the most dominant genre. So at that time, if there were girl streamers, they were playing games like Pokimane, Valkyrie, or they just came up on games and they would stream. And part of the reason is there are so few girl streamers, or girl gamers, quote unquote, it's just a funny term, that they would get viewership. And who was the viewership? Gamers, which are majority male, like overwhelming majority male. So those girls have just kind of been capped out on that because, and it's not their fault, because the content the topics that they are interested in and the topics that also gain them their audience are the ones that have overlap with the male audience, which is gaming. So obviously they're interested in girly things as well, if you want to call it that, but they're going to lose viewers because they have male viewers. So that's the problem. But Wendy Ortiz in this, and also a lot of these chicks are not able to command the viewership that a Wendy Ortiz does. Because let's just take a look at another female streamer. Let's just take a look at, for example, Pokimane, right? So for average view count, in the past 7 days, Wendy Ortiz's average, let's just take 30 days because she's juiced a little bit for the Into Deep, like Black Boy Max event. So for the past 30 days, Wendy Ortiz averages 13.8K viewers. All right? So 13.8K. Let's look up Pokimane, who's really brand-wise, brand awareness-wise, is the number one, we could say, number one female streamer. She averages, in the past 30 days, 11.7 thousand. And that's the number one. So this girl, Wendy Ortiz, is averaging more than her, which that's kind of shocking, right? Like, let's look up Valkyrie as well. And this girl has a majority male audience. That is Valkyrie. She is averaging past 30 days 6,500 viewers. Now Valkyrie is a little bit of a different case because she blew up off of Fortnite and like she rode that wave of Among Us. So a lot of her popularity was on YouTube initially, and it was attached to these games. So when those games dwindled, so did her viewership. But this girl, Wendy Ortiz, is killing these other chicks. And she's bringing a new female audience to Twitch. And this is a beautiful thing. This is what girls have been trying to do forever. And this is what Twitch has been trying to do forever. So I think they really love this chick. I think more chicks on Twitch is great. It's a better viewership, even if the girls get that fan base. But it's going to be mainly for IRL content, just chatting, tea, right? Like things because this means if they can get the girl market to increase, like this chick keeps blowing up, you get another chick like her that does the same thing. Because streaming is hard. I think that's also why like girls that have the potential to bring the audience over, either from TikTok or YouTube, they just don't want to commit to the amount of effort it takes to stream, which I understand and I agree with. I'm not trying to stream. That's crazy effort. Like, shout out to all these guys. Y'all got it. It's a hard job, especially consistently, and that's your main thing. But the more girls on Twitch, the better the viewership, the more that these shows do, the more that these relationships do. Because remember, like, how did Aiden Ross not really blow up, but Aiden Ross went to the next level when the whole rumors between him and Corinna Koff like blew up. Like he did that hot tub stream where we were like, who the hell is this guy with like 80,000 on IG Live? We're like, what the hell? Where'd this guy come from? So Wendy Ortiz is doing something that she's venturing where no woman has before and has a majority female audience on Twitch, which, we got to clap that up. That is not easy to do. And we got to give credit to DDG as well, because he saw the potential in this girl to be able to bring that audience and to do well on Twitch. So DDG is also instrumental in that. Now, it is backfiring on a lot of people because they're realizing how toxic that a female fan base can be on Twitch, or it's mostly off-platform behavior, like Twitter communities DMing people because maybe they take this stuff too serious. They don't understand the Twitch culture yet, or this newer side culture of Twitch, because Twitch used to be more of a monoculture. And I'm just excited to see where this goes. I like to see the streaming market mature, and hopefully this chick can patch things up with everybody else, talk off stream, because they all stand to benefit from this. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one.